Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought of posting this question. This is a good question. The concept related to this question is, if you give an wide sense stationary random process, that is basically a random process as an input to a LTI system. Okay, so here it's given that the question is that x of t is a stationary process with PhD as x of f is greater than 0 for all frequencies. Now this is passed through a system. This system is given below. So that is basically a system x of t which is applied to a summer with a delay unit, and then it is differentiated and the output is y of t. Now basically what we have to find out here is the power spectral density of the output, that is y of t, and there are some statements given. So this was a GATE 2010 question, 2-mark question. Okay, so let's start this question. X of t is the input. So firstly our diagram goes something like this, that is x of t, and this is a summer, this is a delay unit of 0.5 millisecond, and this output is going to d by dt, and this is y of t. So guys, 0.5 millisecond is the delay unit. Okay, and now it's told that, so firstly what we have to do, we have to find out this thing, that is the LTI system, the impulse response. Yes, this is basically h of t. So we can write out the input output relationship as y of t is equals to d by dt of, now you can see here that x of t is being added with a delay of 0.5 millisecond. So x of t plus x of t minus 0.5. This is in millisecond, remember that. Okay guys, this is in millisecond. So this is the total input output relationship. Okay, because at the end we have to find out the power spectral density, because the options are given in terms of the frequency domain, that is PhD it is given. So this Fourier transform will be S or let me write it simply, that is y of f is equals to, because later on we will take that power spectral density, this is d by dt in the Fourier domain will become j omega, and this will become x of t plus x of, this will become x of f plus, now we know that a delay unit in the if we take the Fourier transform of a delay system, then it will result in just exponential, that is the same system multiplied by e to the power minus j. Here it is 0.5 milliseconds, so j omega t naught. Okay, right? So omega, it will be 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so this will be the system. Now y of f is this. So now we can write y of f by x of f is equal to, this will become x of f, will take common, so j omega into 1 plus e to the power minus j omega 0.5 e to the power, now this will become not e to the power, 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this, now this thing is nothing but the h of f which we need, that is the impulse response of the system in the frequency domain. So this will become j omega 1 plus, let me check it once, yes, it's correct. So now what we'll do, we have got h of f. Now we know that for the system, like for an LTI system, if we want to find out the power spectral density, that is the input to the LTI system is a random process, then we know that the output power spectral density will be nothing but the input power spectral density multiplied by the magnitude of the impulse response and its square. So the relation will be something like this, that is SYY of f, that is power spectral density, is equal to SXX of f into magnitude of h of f the whole square. So now mod of h of f the whole square. So basically this is h of f. Now let us find out firstly the magnitude, then square it. So h of f magnitude will be j 2 pi f, that is we can write like this, j 2 pi f square, and 1 plus exponential. This exponential part we can split it by Euler's form. This will become e to the power minus j theta. It will become cos theta minus j sin theta, right? So this will become like 1 plus, let us first split it, then let us first split it, then write it, otherwise it will become very lengthy. So j omega 1 plus cos theta, that is j omega 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 minus j sin j omega 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3, right? So now this will become, it will come out like this. So j omega, let us split this omega term, okay? Let us split this omega term. It will become j 2 pi f 1 plus cos j omega cos j 2 into 0.5 will be 1, that will be pi f 10 to the power minus 3 minus j sin pi f into 10 to the power minus 3. Let me erase it. So guys, this was the expression that we had got, okay? So j2 pi f, this one was the expression. Now let us take the magnitude. So magnitude will be mod of h of f. This will be j 2 pi f, because this is the only the imaginary part. The magnitude will be itself, and in the inside it will become root over of, see, this is 1 plus cos theta, that is the real part, and this is the imaginary part. So 1 plus cos theta whole square, that will be 1 plus cos square j pi f into 10 to the power minus 3 plus 2 cos I think I have mistaken this. This will be not j. Here will be only cos theta plus j sin theta, guys. Wherever there is j, you just rub it out. So right, now it is correct. Cos theta minus j sin theta. Yes. So this will be not j. So cos square pi f and plus 2 cos pi f into 10 to the power minus 3 minus this square plus this will be sin square pi f 10 to the power minus 3. So this will now become, now you can see that cos square theta plus sin square theta, this term will become 1. So 1 plus 1 will become 2, and j2 pi f into root over of 2 plus 2 cos pi f into 10 to the power minus 3, this thing. So now this is the final expression we have got. So basically guys, now let us take the square. So the square will be magnitude, okay? Let us take only the magnitude. So this is the magnitude, is here, it is, this is the magnitude. So mod of h of f the whole square. So okay, let's take the magnitude square. So this will be 4 pi square f square, this root will be cancelled out, and 2, let us take common, 1 plus cos pi f into 10 to the power minus 3, okay? We'll get like this. So this will be 8 pi square f square into 1 plus cos pi f into 10 to the power minus 3. We'll get something like this, okay? So let me wrap the place. So guys, we have this expression, right? Sy of f is equal to sxx of f into 8 pi f square, 8 pi square f square into 1 plus cos bracket pi f into 10 to the power minus 3, okay? So now we have to check the options. That is, option A is telling Sy of f is greater than 0 for all f, right? For all f. So basically this expression is governed by only the cos component, because sxx of f is greater than 0, it will always be positive, and 8 pi square f square is a constant, and this cos component, okay? So is this Sy of f will be greater than 0, it will be positive, depending on this cos component. So we know that cos n pi is equal to minus 1 whole to the power n, right? So cos n pi is equal to minus 1 whole to the power n, depending on this n value. So if we compare here n pi, then n will be nothing but f into 10 to the power minus 3. Now first option is telling that for all frequency f it will be greater than 0. So say if f is equals to, let us say f is equals to 1 kilohertz. So if f is equals to 1 kilohertz, then this n will become 1. So n will become 1, then minus 1 whole to the power 1 will be nothing but minus 1. So minus 1 means if we put here cos, in place of this cos, if we put minus 1, so it will become 1 minus 1, that is 0. It means that sy of f is becoming 0. So sy of f is becoming 0 means the option A can't be the answer. So now let us check for option B, right? So option B is telling sy of f is equal to 0 for magnitude of f is greater than 1 kilohertz. Sy of f is equals to 0 for magnitude of f greater than 1 kilohertz. Means magnitude of f greater than 1 means it, let us say if we take that 2 kilohertz, okay, 2, or let us say 3 kilohertz, something like this, f. So if we take again minus 1 whole to the power n, n is nothing but f into 10 to the power minus 3. So if we take 2 kilohertz, it will become minus 1 whole to the power 2, that is it will become 1. So it will become something that is greater than 0, not equal to 0. And if we take say minus 1 whole to the power 3, so minus 1 whole to the power 3 will be minus 1, it will become 0, but for 2 it is becoming non-zero value. So it means that option B can't be the answer. Similarly, if we check for option C is telling that sy of f will be equal to 0 for sy of f will be equal to 0 for n f naught is equal to n f naught is equals to f and f is equals to 2k. Okay, n f naught is equals to f and f is equal to 2k, and n is any integer. So if n is any integer, let us say that n is equals to 3. Let us take n is equal to 3. It was minus 1 whole to the power f into 10 to the power minus 3. So if n is equal to 3, then here it will be f is equals to 3 into f naught is 2. 3 2 is 6. So it will become 6. That is 6 means minus 1 whole to the power 6, because it is kilohertz. So minus 1 whole to the power 6, it is even number, it will become 1. It will become 1 means 1 plus 1 2 means sy of f will never be 0. So but it was given 0. So option C also can't be the answer. So option C can't be the answer. So therefore we can say that option D is the answer. But if we are doing here, so let us check this also. So here it is given that f is equals to 2n plus 1 into f naught, and f naught is 1k, 1 kilohertz, and n is any integer. N is any integer. So here you can see that this is a odd equation, right? So n, let us say n will be like 0 or 1 or 2, anything. So let us take 1. So f will become 2 plus 1, that is 3. F will becomes 3, so minus 1 whole to the power f into 10 to the power minus 3. F is nothing but 3 kilohertz. So it will become 3. Minus 1 whole to the power 3 means minus 1. So it will become 0. So that is option D is satisfying the question. If you check for any value, if you take any value, because we know that cos n pi is minus 1 whole to the power n, right? Up now n will be even. If n is even, then this will always become plus 1, and if n is odd, this will always become minus 1, right? So according to that you can say. So guys, this was the question. It was a good question, it was a lengthy question, but if you are doing in the exam, it will take only about 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes if you are in the flow. Okay, you don't need to check all the options. You can only, like, you can just walk through the n part, that is what is n. So according to the n thing, you can eliminate all the options. So this was the concept, guys, for the, like, if you give a random process as an input to an LTI system, right? This is the main equation. This is the main equation, that is sy of f is equals to That is, this is the output power spectral density, this is the input power spectral density, and this is the magnitude of the impulse response and square of that. This is the main equation. Whenever you give a input as a stationary, or basically the wide sense stationary random process. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and comment down below if you didn't got any part or any step, if you faced some difficulty. Thank you guys.